everyone. I'm Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin. Sorry I can't be with you in person to mark the second anniversary of this important task force report, but I want to thank the Institute for Security and Technology and all of you for the opportunity to share a few thoughts. I'm grateful to speak because I see this issue not only as an issue for policymakers and wonks in Washington, but as a real kitchen table issue for my constituents in the great state of Michigan and millions of Americans across the country. These days, everyone knows someone who has been hit by ransomware. When I first got to Congress a few years ago, I heard from my small town mayors, my rural township supervisors, school officials, business people, all of whom raised data protection and cybersecurity as one of their first big concerns. And they were right to be worried, right? When I met a couple of years ago in my Washington office with all the K-12 superintendents from across my district, I asked them to raise their hand if their school district or any of their students had been hit by a ransomware attack. Every single superintendent raised their hand, just like every single hospital has been ransomed, and every single time they are asked to place cryptocurrency in a specific location, it's sent off somewhere across the world, never to be seen again. I know this audience is well aware of just how widespread this scourge is. You don't need me to tell you that, but I mention these points to try and bring home how vital your work is. And lots of times there are national security challenges that really don't affect Americans on a day-to-day basis. Our military and our intelligence community make sure that it's very far away. But when a North Korean ransomware attack or a Russian criminal group shuts down your kid's school, or postpones a needed medical procedure, or loots your small business, that's a national security risk right at your kitchen table. In the last Congress, I was the chair of the Homeland Security Committee's Subcommittee on Intelligence and Counterterrorism, and I worked with a bipartisan group of colleagues to help address these real-world problems. We passed legislation to boost funding for CISA to hunt down ransomware criminals and require critical infrastructure entities to report cyber attacks. I introduced legislation to help CISA help our small businesses and local governments literally stress test their cyber protections. We held a hearing with industry leaders on links between cryptocurrency and cybersecurity, and we even held a field hearing in the heart of my district where top federal officials could hear from the community leaders who are on the front lines of this fight, right, who are on the receiving end. But there's more we can do, and I want to mention just one important recommendation from your task force report that I think is particularly salient. One of the priority recommendations is that the cryptocurrency sector that enables ransomware crime should be more closely regulated. General statement, but important thing to say. Specifics include requiring crypto exchanges, kiosks, and trading desks to comply with laws designed to limit the ability of terrorists and criminals across financial markets. This includes things like know your consumer and anti-money laundering protections. This is really important. And I just want to stress here that there are a lot of people who really associate cryptocurrency, at least in the state of Michigan, exclusively with crime and criminality as a way to pay bad guys. They don't understand the underlying blockchain technology and that it might be super interesting. Right now, they associate it with bad stuff. So I know that there's been progress on a bunch of these issues, but from my standpoint, there is a lot of ways to go. There are gaps in our crypto regulation, and these gaps allow bad actors to evade the law. I should also mention that these regulatory gaps hit American wallets not just through these ransomware attacks, but through the same kind of financial fraud that unscrupulous people have always used. In a world where Bitcoin kiosks are in so many gas stations in my districts, and celebrities are starting crypto exchanges left and right, the risks to consumers are real, and they've already taken a bite out of the finances of many families. While the primary focus of this group is on the intersection of cryptocurrency and ransomware, I believe the effort to bring more guardrails in this sector can have important consumer benefits as well. So I'll stop there. Thanks again for all of you for the chance to address this group. Thanks to IST for doing the important work of convening leaders of every sector and helping them solve these challenges. Happy birthday to the Ransomware Task Force. We need your help, we need your work, we need your ideas, because this issue is not going away and the American people are looking for help. So thanks very much.